Steelers, consider others before you consider yourself. To protect your brother, even from himself. To give support at your own expense. And when wearing the black and gold suit of armor, make sure nobody desecrates it, disrespects it. Most importantly, we ourselves don't dishonor it. From previous legends who have donned the black and gold. These virtues I learned while playing for the Steelers are what make the legacy of the black and gold timeless. They are passed down in the locker room from the steel curtain to anyone who valiantly wears the black and gold. Creating a brotherhood that is deeper than money, business, and winning. To be a Steelers, consider others before you consider yourself. This is our culture, Steeler culture. Now, here are your hosts, Rob and Dan, the SteelTwins.
Steelers Nation, what is going on? This is episode 91 of the Steeler Culture Podcast on this Monday night. We are 8 minutes till Tuesday morning. But we are here live to talk about the Brandon Aiyuk news that is heating up throughout social media, throughout today pretty much.
It's been a whirlwind on Twitter all day. If you've been on any service of Twitter, it's going crazy. This all started this morning because Andrew Filipponi said that there were...
Yeah, Andrew Filipponi.
Yes, I know. Take it with a grain of salt. And no, we're not using him as a source. I'm just saying...
He's not a source.
No, he's not. I'm saying this all started because of him. This all started because of him before the draft. And now he started some shit again, swear jar, this morning. And now it's been going crazy all over Twitter, all over social media all day. It's been a talking point for the last 12 hours or so. And now just, I would say like an hour or so ago, there was new news regarding the situation, regarding the trade talks, which there have been trade talks. That was confirmed by Jordan Schultz earlier today. And I'll get the tweet up and read it here. Jordan Schultz said earlier today, sources, there is currently no trade in place for all-pro wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk to the Steelers. I'm told the 49ers have had discussions in recent days regarding a potential Aiyuk trade with several teams. But as of this post, nothing is finalized, and he tweeted that as of 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Now, I would say about an hour ago, the trade talks, the latest update was given by a 49ers insider and one of the best in the game over there, actually, by Matt. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Matt Mayoko is what I'm going to say. He publishes as of 41 minutes ago on NBC Sports by BayArea.com. And I'll get it up here for you guys so you guys can see and read the post along here. So he posted this on the website, and this is the latest update as of about an hour ago. He says the 49ers have negotiated the framework of trades that would send wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk to the Cleveland Browns or the New England Patriots. A league source told NBA or NBC Sports Bay Area on Monday night. Now it's up to Aiyuk to determine if he will accept the contract terms from either of those franchises, the source said. Keep that in mind. It is up to Aiyuk. The 49ers gave permission to Aiyuk to negotiate potential contracts with the Browns, Patriots, Washington Commanders, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, the source said. Those were the 4 teams that are in the running for Mr. Aiyuk. The Commanders have removed themselves from trade talks for Aiyuk. The Steelers effectively no longer are an option after they declined to meet the 49ers' trade demands, the source said. The Browns and Patriots have given their best offers to Aiyuk's camp while also presenting trade proposals that the 49ers have accepted, the source said. The Browns will be in position to add Aiyuk if wide receiver Amari Cooper were sent to the 49ers as part of the trade. Mary Kay Cabot of Cleveland.com reported. Of course, the 49ers likely would acquire a veteran wide receiver and a package of draft picks from the Browns or the Patriots. So, according to this report, the Steelers are out. The Commanders have removed themselves, and the heavy favorites right now are the Browns and the Patriots. I'm telling you right now, Aiyuk is not playing for the Browns and Patriots. He does not want to go to Cleveland. He does not want to go to New England. In fact, if I had to tell you who I think where I think he really does want to go, I think he wants to go to Washington. I think he wants to play with Jaden Daniels.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you remember the video that broke out, Aiyuk was FaceTiming Jaden Daniels. He knows him very well. And that's when the They Don't Want Me Anymore video broke out.
Yes. But the Washington Commanders aren't in the search for a wide receiver. They have Terry McLaurin. They have
Jahad
Dotson they drafted last year in the first round.
They drafted McCaffrey's brother, Luke. So, like, they're fine at wide receiver.
Yeah, they're not in the searching for a wide receiver. Thus, they remove themselves. Okay? They are the least likely spot right now because they just don't need a wide receiver compared to the Steelers, Browns, and the Patriots. But Aiyuk has the last say. I want you guys to understand that. Aiyuk has the last say. The moment that the 49ers allowed Aiyuk to negotiate with teams and seek a trade, that deaded all of the 49ers' leverage right there. All of that. All the leverage that they possibly could have had or all the leverage that they thought they had was out the window the second they allowed Aiyuk to talk to other teams. Because now Aiyuk gets to decide where he wants to go. Aiyuk has the final say. Aiyuk has the last laugh. Aiyuk is the deciding factor. Not the Browns, not the Patriots, not the 49ers. It doesn't matter what trade the Browns or the Patriots have, which is apparently the Browns would trade Amari Cooper and some picks to the Niners. The Patriots would trade Kendrick Bourne and some picks.
Yeah, get Bourne back into San Fran, back with Shanahan.
I don't know how that's even a fair trade. I don't even know how that's even, like...
It's the chemistry, bro. That's why.
Chemistry. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, chemistry. Yeah. No, there's no way Aiyuk would go to the Browns and Patriots. As a matter of fact, Adam Schefter said that exactly on the Pat McAfee show earlier this morning. He said that Aiyuk can and will say no to certain teams. He did confirm that. And I think Aiyuk already has because he's already given permission to seek a trade. And I think he does not want to go to Cleveland. He does not want to go to New England. So that means only one destination. That is your Pittsburgh Steelers. That is in Pittsburgh. That is in Heinz Field with Mike Tomlin, with Justin Fields and or Russell Wilson. That is the only landing spot, folks. He's not going anywhere else. It's either the 49ers or the Pittsburgh Steelers. He has the last say, and the way it looks like, he wants out. He wants the bag.
They have not worked out negotiations. There has been no positive movement on that.
There's been no movement whatsoever. For months, there's been nothing.
I highly doubt Aiyuk is just going to forget all that and just play on the fifth-year option.
Yeah.
Say Aiyuk doesn't get traded, right? Say he doesn't get traded to Cleveland, New England, Pittsburgh, whatever.
Yeah, say he stays in San Francisco.
I don't see him just saying, fuck it, I'll play for you. I don't see that. Like, he's going to want his money.
Yes.
He's been passionate that he wants the money estimate of what St. Brown got, which is $30 million. He wants that type of price.
He's going to get
that money.
He's going to get it.
He won't play if he gets that money. If he doesn't get that money from San Fran and anybody else, he's not playing.
It's not just that, but he wants his desired location, his desired playing spot. I don't think that's in Cleveland. I don't think that's in New England.
And it doesn't look like it's in San Fran anymore.
He has admitted on the Pivot podcast that one of his biggest landing spots is Pittsburgh. So what I'm getting out of this, what I'm getting out of that report we just showed you, is the 49ers are desperate. The 49ers know where Aiyuk wants to go. The 49ers understand they don't have leverage. They are desperate to gain any leverage possible. So whatever offer that the Steelers and Omar Khan and company threw at the 49ers, they declined it all because they're trying to say, hey,
Brandon Aiyuk.
shout out to Jonathan Scott. Super chatted $5, man. He puts, let me see if I can find it. There it is.
Right there. Boom.
He says, I hope we get Aiyuk. He'd be a big upgrade at the wide receiver room. I enjoy watching y'all. Keep up the good work. Have a good week. Let's ride to the Super Bowl 7. Appreciate it, Jonathan. Hey.
Thanks, John.
I don't know if you guys know this, but we're in game week. Like, we got a game this week.
Friday night. And we will be live for that. Live reactions for the first preseason game against Houston.
You guys know that? Will Aiyuk be a Steeler by then? I don't know. I don't know how immediate it's going to be. But the trade talks are heating up. But the 49ers have zero leverage. They are desperate. So what I get out of that report is they're trying to tell the Steelers, we're going to decline every single offer that you throw at us and tell you that the Browns and the Patriots are close to a deal. So if you want Aiyuk, if you really want Aiyuk, Steelers, you must increase your offer. They're trying to pressure Omar Khan. They're trying to pressure the Steelers into raising their offer so they can get the most out of them as possible. The 49ers know for a fucking fact Aiyuk does not want to go to the Browns or to the Patriots. The 49ers and John Lynch are smart. They know exactly where Aiyuk wants to go. They know he wants to go to Pittsburgh. So they're trying to get as much out of Pittsburgh as possible. I don't think Pittsburgh's going to fall for it. I don't think Omar Khan is going to fall for it. They see right through John Lynch.
Omar Khan's a guy that is not desperate. He showcased that last season when he was trying to trade for Jalen Johnson in Chicago.
I'm glad you bring this example up because it's absolutely 100% factual. Continue.
Yeah. Who remembers the trade deadline? And the cornerback room was terrible outside of JBJ last year, so they tried to trade for Jalen Johnson, but the Bears wanted heavy capital. They wanted high capital.
And what did Omar Khan do?
He said, I'm not comfortable giving that up. I'm not going to do that. I think the Bears wanted like a second-round pick or something like that, maybe even a first.
Probably a first.
If I remember correctly, and Omar's like, whoa, slow your roll, Chicago, okay? That's not happening. I'm not that desperate.
Yes.
So he took the offer off and was like, you know what, we'll ride with what we got and we'll see what we can do.
And what that told me as a Steelers fan is Omar Khan doesn't crack for anybody. He doesn't feel pressured whatsoever in these trade talks or whatever. He controls the entire environment. He controls the entire conversation. He's not going to crack. He's not going to feel pressured for anybody. Now, this might be a different instinct. This might be a different example. He just might bite the bullet because he's trying to build a Super Bowl team. He's trying to advance this team to contender levels. And I think the Steelers are almost there, but they're not there yet. Adding Aiyuk would make them an absolute threat. Aiyuk would get them a massive step further to that goal, to being a legitimate contender. The next step would be actually winning a fucking playoff game, Tomlin. But
I was just going to get to that. On paper, yes. I mean, arguably already, on paper, the Steelers look like a threat. Adding Aiyuk absolutely 100% makes the Steelers 5 times more threatening on paper.
Yes.
It's just about, the big games. It's all about on the field.
But who would help you with that?
Well, Aiyuk, no doubt about it.
You're talking one of the biggest blockbuster moves that the team could make in franchise history. And we're talking about the team that traded for Bettis, and it turned out to be probably the best trade in franchise history. We're talking about a team that traded a first-round pick for Minka after Ben went down.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. We're talking about a team that traded up in the first round to get Troy Polamalu, and the rest is history. Like, this would be one of the biggest blockbuster trades that they can make in franchise history. They would absolutely give him one of the biggest contracts in team history, which, without even playing a snap, which is absolutely not Steeler-like. But Omar Khan is doing a lot of things not Steeler-like, or not Kevin Colbert-esque.
Yeah.
He's doing everything opposite and more beneficial for this team. He's doing what is necessary to improve this team. Look at the draft class he's done the last 2 years. Look at the off seasons he's done the last 2 years.
The team was drastically different compared to just 3 years ago.
You see his vision. So the next step would be making a big blockbuster trade, which in today's NFL, sometimes you just got to make moves like this to make that next step, to be a legitimate threat. And at the wide receiver position, the Steelers need it.
I mean, you could look at Tyreek Hill and the Miami Dolphins.
In a passing league, yeah, exactly. Perfect example. In a passing league where you need 2 legitimate wide receivers and true quarterback play, we'll see, that's to be determined. But you need 2 legitimate wide receivers in a passing league to be a threatening offense. This is a move that's necessary. But will Omar Khan fall for the 49ers' a desperate attempt for leverage? Will Omar Khan bite the bullet and actually increase his offer? Or will Omar Khan see right through the 49ers? Will Omar Khan understand what the 49ers are thinking about, which is Aiyuk wants to go here. The 49ers are trying to pressure me into increasing my offer. I'm not going to allow that because at the end of the day, Brandon Aiyuk has the last say. The 49ers have no decision on the final decision, I suppose.
No.
For lack of better words.
No. It's Aiyuk. It's whatever Aiyuk wants. It's what Aiyuk feels like going for.
So could he just wait it out until the 49ers have no choice but to potentially lessen their asking price? Or does he actually bite the bullet? Because I'm telling you right now, man, the 49ers, they have no leverage. The fact that Aiyuk was given permission to talk to teams, that ended that right then and there for the Niners. And he has permission. He can say no to teams. He can say no to the contracts that those said teams are offering. If he wants to go to Pittsburgh, come hell or high water, he is coming to Pittsburgh. Because he's not going to Washington. Washington's out of it.
No.
Why would he go to Cleveland? Why would he go to New England?
Yeah, I can only imagine. I can only imagine the offers that both those teams have given up. How much capital? Because teams like that, I don't even throw New England in there, yes. Teams like that will give up absolutely the bank for a player like that. I mean, the Browns, look what they gave up for Deshaun Watson, and it ain't working out, and it will not work out.
Yeah.
For Brandon Aiyuk, I mean, like, they'll do the same thing. They will give up that much capital. They will give up whatever it takes to get a guy like him.
Right. Marvin who? Who's Marvin?
Marvin?
Yeah, Marvin. No, the 49ers have no leverage. 49ers have no leverage, dude. They literally gave Aiyuk permission to talk to teams. So now Aiyuk gets to decide where here's how it works. Here is exactly how the fuck it works. Aiyuk gets to decide where he wants to go. If the 49ers and, let's say, the Browns have a deal in place right here, right now, the 49ers cannot officially come to an agreement because Aiyuk will refuse to go there.
Well,
they can't get the capital. They can't get what the Browns are offering because Aiyuk will pull an AB to the Bills.
It says it right here. It's up to Aiyuk to determine if he will accept the contract terms from either of those franchises.
The Niners have no leverage.
Whether that's the money that they could be offering Aiyuk or the high cap that they're going to give up for Aiyuk. Aiyuk could look at the high cap from the Browns and Patriots and just tell the 49ers, I don't give a shit. I don't give a crap how much they're giving you.
Look at the high cap we got next year. We got $75 million next year. It's either pay Aiyuk or trade him. And there has been zero progression in their trade talks. So there's only one place for him to go. And that is the Pittsburgh Steelers. The 49ers are trying to push and force the Steelers to increase their offer. And I don't think Khan and company are going to do it. They see right through it. They know exactly what the 49ers are trying to do. In fact, isn't there a latest report from, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Because it was on X, Twitter, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. Jacina Anderson, she said, I'm told the trade terms that the 49ers have on the table from the Patriots for wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk remain unchanged per source. It's the same terms New England has been offering for a while. The Patriots have been pursuing Aiyuk for months. So they're not increasing their bid. The Patriots aren't increasing their bid.
And according to the report, it's an offer that the Niners have now accepted. It's just up to Aiyuk.
Because they have no other options. Aiyuk is not playing for the Niners this year. Otherwise, I think he would have already said, you know what?
He would have done.
Cancel everything.
He would have done exactly what T. Higgins did.
Yeah.
He sucked it up. He's like, you know what? We couldn't come to terms, but I'll play on my 5th year. I'll do what I can to help this team win the Super Bowl, and then I'll just go from there.
I don't think
Aiyuk is not budging. Aiyuk wants his money, and if he's not going to get it, he's not going to show up for the 49ers.
No, and he's not sitting out this year. Why would he do that? He's not pulling a levy on. He's not sitting out this year. And he's not playing with the 49ers because they have had zero talks. They've had zero progression in Aiyuk getting the bag. So Ayuk's going to go where not only the bag's at, but where he can find the best opportunity, where he can find where he really wants to go. And again, that is the Pittsburgh fucking Steelers, dude. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But
I gotta say, you gotta lower your expectations here. Like you're getting a little too hype about it.
What I'm saying is, it's very possible because I think the Niners are getting desperate now. Aiyuk has the last say, ladies and gentlemen. Steelers Nation, Aiyuk gets to decide where he wants to go. He has the last say. He has the last laugh. So wherever he wants to go, that's where he's gonna go. If the Niners and whatever team agree to a decision, but Aiyuk doesn't,
well then
it's AB and the Bills all over again.
Yeah, simple as that. If Aiyuk doesn't want to go there, then it's a no deal. If Aiyuk says I want to go to that team, then the Niners may just have to suck it up and be like, all right, we'll do what we can.
The Niners made a mistake allowing Aiyuk to talk to teams because now that has given them insight not only into the contract talks, but of course just the look at their franchise and their future. Why would he want to go there compared to Pittsburgh? He's already expressed interest in coming to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He tweeted to Mike Tomlin the second that this stuff first started back in, was it March, April? Whenever that started, right before the draft. Come on. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I feel like if it were to happen, it is more likely now than it ever is. For all those reasons, the trade talks are escalating. They legitimately have offers on the table. They have offers accepted. It's just up to Aiyuk. But I'm going to say it again, man. The 49ers know for a fact Aiyuk doesn't want to go to those two teams. And they know the Steelers want Aiyuk. They know the Steelers need Aiyuk. They know the Steelers need a wide receiver. So now they're going to pressure them, into trying to get the most out of him as possible.
I don't believe Khan's going to fall for it.
No.
He's not going to budge.
Like you said, the Jalen Johnson example last year during the trade deadline. He didn't budge.
No.
He doesn't budge for a team. He doesn't budge for a player. He doesn't budge for anything, okay? He's been in this business too long. He knows how it goes. He knows exactly how it works. He's been in and out with it for a long time now, which is why he got promoted to GM when Colbert retired. And it's looking like one of the best things that's happened to the Steelers organization in the last 10 years. I'm being 1,000% honest with you. But if he could pull this off, now, let me ask you, Rob, would you want them to make the trade? Would you want them to pull it off? Chat, do you want the Steelers to make the trade for Aiyuk? At the end of the day, do you want the Steelers to make the trade for Aiyuk? Yes or no? Or why? Respond in your own words. That's your homework tonight.
Well, to answer that question, it's for the right price.
I agree.
It is for the right price.
I agree.
am not overspending on compensation. I am not overspending on cap, although he wants $30 million. I'm doing it for the right price. Because we all know the type of player Aiyuk is. Year after year, he showcased his first-round pedigree.
I see a lot of yeses in the chat.
Aiyuk is a freaking beast. Aiyuk is a big component on why they made that Super Bowl run. That big catch, that crazy catch, NFC Championship game, that concentration was a big factor. I think the next play afterward, they scored a touchdown.
Yep. He is a difference maker. He would be a massive difference maker.
I am doing it for the right price.
Now, let me ask you, do you think the Steelers can get him for a lot less now because of what the Niners are trying to do?
If Aiyuk ultimately, which I believe, wants to go to Pittsburgh, then the Niners may just have to settle for what the Steelers may be offering.
Because at the end of the day, that is their only option, is the Steelers. Aiyuk will not go anywhere else but Pittsburgh. Sergio said yes, unless... Here, I can't read on the computer.
Yeah, and you got contacts now.
I know. Well, the 199 says yes, unless it means Highsmith, because I've seen that. They're not trading Highsmith.
No,
they're not trading Highsmith. Why would the Niners need Highsmith? They have their edge rushers.
They're loaded there.
The Niners would probably want a wide receiver in return, but the Steelers they don't have a wide receiver to trade, and they're not trading Pickens. They're not doing that.
No, that's not happening.
It's not doing that. Then we're in the same situation we were literally now with Pickens, where we don't have a number 2. They're not trading Pickens.
That would just be bad business.
What would the Steelers trade? Okay, what would the Steelers trade? What would they have to trade? What have they offered? Obviously, those details will never be out yet, but what could they trade? What could they trade? It could be a lot less now because Aiyuk has the deciding factor. The 49ers might have to sell for less, so this might spell good for the Steelers. They could get Aiyuk for a lot less than what they are initially trying to offer.
Yeah.
Or a lot less than what they thought, which many people thought, hey, a first-rounder, maybe 2 first-rounders, something similar to what the Dolphins traded for Tyreek, something similar to what the Raiders traded for Devontae.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. What the Eagles traded for A.J. Brown. I don't know.
Could be a factor of the Steelers willingly going to pay Aiyuk this money, give him that salary, $30 million, $30 mil plus whatever. And it could just also be another thing of like, we'll give him the money, but we don't want to give up that much capital. We don't feel comfortable doing both of that. We'll give up whatever we feel like giving up. We'll feel like that the offer that we're giving you is more than enough.
I don't think the capital is an issue with the Steelers.
Well, I'm saying what I'm saying is it could be a factor of they are willing to pay the money, just not giving up that much cap.
I agree. Blackwood 4-2 with the $2 says, do y'all believe Brandon Aiyuk is worth 2 firsts? I mean, look at the wide receivers now. Yeah. I'm not trading 2 firsts. Wow. Shout out to Olive Oil. Olive Oil with a 5. So I will say this. As a 49ers fan, if the Niners were the one trading to acquire Aiyuk, I would be happy giving a team a first or a player in a second. See, I'm glad you said that, Olive, because that brings me to my next question. This is reported the Steelers refused to meet the Niners' requirements or their desires. So what are they? What is the caveat that Omar Khan is unwilling to give up that he could not reach the 49ers' desires? Is it a first? Is it trading a certain player he doesn't want to trade because he has a long-term vision and building the team around that guy? Who that is, we don't know. Mm-hmm. It could be both. Like you said, they're willing to pay Aiyuk whatever. Okay, paying Aiyuk is not an option.
I've said it all offseason. I don't think the problem is the money.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
I don't think the problem is the money. They will pay Aiyuk the salary that he's looking for if they really want him that bad, which I believe they do.
Right.
But Khan, again, like he does the negotiation. He will not budge. He will not be pressured by John Lynch and the 49ers into giving up higher than what he's offering.
Well, I don't think he wants to trade it first because look at it. Because you got to think, man, this is why Omar Khan is smart. He's not making a move just to make the move now. He's trying to think of the future of the team, like what his goals are next year, what he has to address next year. I don't know if he wants to trade it first because that first could be used for a potentially defensive lineman, maybe a wide receiver, most likely a quarterback, maybe a corner. You know, those are positions we're going to have to address again next year. Unless he trades that first and gets incredibly active in free agency because of how much capital he will have and more that he could create with restructures and surprise cuts and stuff like that. They could pay Aiyuk whatever and then get half or the majority of it back by restructuring and doing cut casualties.
Yeah.
Cash casualties. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So there's ways that he can make it up if he has to trade the first. But obviously, I think he wants as much capital as he can use, especially early capital. He's going to need it. The Steelers are going to need it because there are still some holes that could be very evident this year that they're going to have to address next year. Quarterback potentially being one of them. That is a to-be-determined position still for the Steelers, despite good camps coming from a guy like Justin Fields and a corner like Dante Jackson. So, or maybe we might have to address guard next year. Granted, I know we drafted Mason McCormick in the 4th. He's having a very good camp. He's standing out well. They'll have, say, Amalu under contract for another year after this year. So maybe they don't need a guard as early as they might think because they drafted McCormick for that reason. They might not get a deal done with Daniels. Could Daniels be within the trade? Could they trade James Daniels because Daniels is already confirmed. They have had no trade talks. They have already said, Daniels has already said that the Steelers told him there will no be such thing as contract extension, so don't even worry about it. So Daniels getting a contract extension might not happen. He might inevitably go. So could Daniels be part of the trade package for Aiyuk?
It very well could be.
If there's one person that could very well be expendable in terms of a trade, it's a guy like James Daniels because the Steelers at least have a backup option in McCormick. Depending on how quick he's growing and what he does in preseason, we could be seeing Mason McCormick start at right guard. We could be having 3 rookies start on that line. And Fatanu at right tackle, McCormick at right guard, and, of course, Zach Frazier at center. Would the Steelers want to go that route? I don't know.
Yeah, considering that they're very slow with their rookies. They ease them in.
But
for
a guy like Aiyuk. And here's the thing, man. If I'm the Steelers, I'm making a trade for Aiyuk and for a lot of reasons, but the biggest reason is because this offense has been jack shit for years. So why would they hesitate to grab a guy that would be a massive difference maker that would jump their offense from years prior? We have been dead last in passing offense, everything, since 2020, since 2021. It's been ass. It's been garbage, dude. It's been painstakingly nightmarish, a living nightmare to watch. Why would the Steelers hesitate to grab a guy like that would fix that issue without even playing a snap yet? I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
To be a threat in this league, man, you make the necessary moves, and this would be a necessary move. So, at the end of the day, yeah, I think Aiyuk, his only landing spot is indeed Pittsburgh. Or, going back to the trade talks, going back to the Steelers not meeting the 49ers requirements and their desires. Did Omar Khan do that intentionally because he knows Aiyuk wants to come to Pittsburgh and he will only want to come to Pittsburgh? So he didn't offer the Niners as much as the Niners want because he thinks he could get them for less. Is this Omar Khan's long game? Is this him outsmarting the Niners potentially? I might be thinking of something incredibly wrong. I might be giving him too much credit. But Omar Khan, man, like I said, he controls everything. He might understand. He might have already thought ahead of the Niners. Aiyuk only wants to come here. So we know there's other trade talks. We know there's other trade partners being talked with. So could we just throw them a lesser offer knowing Aiyuk has the final say and force the Niners to lower their offer because of that reason? Shout out to Brad OC. Subscribe to the SteelTwins. Let's ride! Hey, I'm just saying, bro. If we get Aiyuk, man, it's gonna be a crazy ride.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I thought trading for Fields was nuts. I thought trading for Minka was nuts. I even went nuts when we drafted Peyton Wilson and Zach Frazier and Broderick Jones last year.
Yep.
Our reactions show that. But a trade like this would I don't know what I'd do. But I know I would go absolute bonkers. And the likelihood of it happening I think is very high. I think it is more possible now than it ever is. I'm not saying it's going to actually happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen tonight. I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow. But if it's going to happen, it is going to happen before the regular season. It might happen at the end of the week. No one knows, man. It's all the waiting game. Like we always say, time will tell. But things are escalating. Things are getting very crazy now.
Talks are heating up.
Yes, they are. 278 votes. I asked, will it happen? 59% say no. You guys very well might be right. And maybe I'm getting my hopes up. In fact,
and that's
I'll be real
that's
with you.
where I have to talk to you about
I'll
that.
be real with you. I am getting my hopes up.
You have to keep your expectations low.
Sure.
I have to speak for a lot of Steelers fans out here too, because I've seen on social media a lot of Steelers fans are tweeting their excitement. They're hoping, they're getting excited about this news and whatnot, as they should. I mean, Aiyuk coming to the Steelers would be a major deal. And don't get me wrong, I want Aiyuk to come here. He'd be an absolute big factor in the Steelers' success down the road, down the line. But I have learned through the years to keep my expectations at a very low minimum.
Sure.
That's how I felt with the Justin Fields trade. I did not believe for one sec that was happening.
Or Russell Wilson.
I did not believe either of those moves, even Deontay Johnson.
Yeah,
I did not believe either of those moves were happening.
It's on our channel 7 months ago where we said, don't get your hopes up that they're going to make any quarterback moves because ultimately we think that they're just going to run with Kenny Pickett and Ryan Tannehill. Boy, were we wrong. And that's because we let our expectations very low and very middle of the road. We'll just see what happens. And Omar Khan blew us out the water, blew our expectations.
In a week. That week of free agency will forever be etched in Steelers history as the best week in Steelers offseason history.
But perhaps, and I'll throw this one at you. He's not Kevin Colbert.
No shit.
What I'm saying is he might pull the trigger. He's aggressive. He's trying to win a Super Bowl. This is a move that allows you to do that. That pushes you even further to do that. That might actually help us win a damn playoff game.
Whatever it takes.
Not saying it's going to happen, but Lord knows, man. Lord knows. We'll see. We'll see. But at the end of the day, you're right. Maybe I got to lower my expectations.
Everybody, keep your expectations low. Don't get overly excited because you don't want to let yourself down. Because say Aiyuk does go to the Patriots and then, oh, shit, damn it. We let our hopes up. We got all excited for...
Or worse, the Browns.
Yeah. You got your excitement level through the roof for him to now catch passes from Deshaun Watson.
Right.
That would suck.
Olive oil with a 10.
Olive oil.
Shout out to Olive Oil, man. Says, the thing is, Aiyuk puts up elite numbers while being the third option on our team. If he went to the Steelers and could be the number one option, his numbers would be crazy. That's what I've been saying all offseason, bro. Olive, I couldn't agree more. He has had to spread the wealth. He's had to share the wealth with CMC especially. Debo, Kittle, Jennings sometimes, right? He's had to share the wealth.
And now you're asking them to do it again with the added pieces that they have. Ricky Pearsall, Jennings still here, Debo still here, McCaffrey getting a big extension.
And yes, he
may get his money, but then he's going to have to share that wealth.
And yes, he would still share the wealth in Pittsburgh because we are still a run-first team. That's not going to change. With Arthur Smith as the offensive coordinator, that is his bread and butter. That's not going to change. But is he still going to put up elite? Look what Pickens did with 3 fucking quarterbacks last year. You're telling me that Aiyuk won't put up similar numbers? You're telling me Pickens still won't eat? How do you stop that? How do you stop Aiyuk and Pickens together? Who do you double? If you double one of them's one-on-one. If you double both, you got Muth on the underneath. You got the running backs. Like, it's gonna make our offense so incredibly dangerous and unpredictable. It is disgusting. And I've watched disgusting for years. It'll be disgustingly great. It'll be, on paper, it'll be incredible. It's up to Arthur Smith to actually scheme up a proper top 15 passing game for once in his coaching career. But with that talent, how do you not? But yes, Aiyuk anywhere else. Aiyuk anywhere else being the number one option. Yeah, I mean, my goodness. You see the numbers he's already putting up. Every single season, he's produced more.
He's gotten better.
Incredible. You're not getting Watt. Riddy, bro, you're not getting Watt. You're not getting Watt. You're not getting Watt. We'll give you Calvin Austin.
You want Dan Moore?
Take Dan Moore. I'm tired of him getting first team left tackle reps over Broderick Jones. What the fuck is that? Swear jar.
You can have Dan Moore. I will gladly move on.
We'll trade you Dan Moore and James Daniels. And a second next year. If you want a third for 2026, I'll throw you that. But we got to get like a fourth or a fifth in return for this upcoming year. For Aiyuk. That might be too much. But you're talking a mediocre left tackle and a right guard that they're going to have to pay at some point. That the Steelers probably won't even pay. They might, but they most likely will not. And they might have already drafted his replacement, Mason McCormick. So it's not like we have a fucking hole.
No.
Swear jar.
No.
Think of that. Think of that. Dude, if that goes down, bro, Omar Khan might be the... Okay, I gotta lower my excitement. I really gotta lower my excitement, man. He picked up Old Man Wilson, underachieving Bears quarterback. How do you stop that when you have the Steelers' horrible quarterback? Bro, did you see... Heath. Listen. We made the playoffs with Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, and Mason fucking Rudolph. You think I'm worried about Russell Wilson and Justin Fields? They are upgrades, undoubtedly, over all three of them. With a better offensive scheme and a better offensive line. Come on. Russell Wilson threw more touchdowns than Lamar last year. Come on. I'm not saying Russell Wilson's going to be MVP. I'm not saying Russell Wilson's going to have a career resurgence because he's hurt. Who knows how healthy he is because Justin Fields is getting all of the first team reps. Russell Wilson only got one throw in 11 on 11s. One. His first throw in real action. One. And it was a dump off to a practice squad receiver, Deuce Watts. Russell Wilson ain't getting shit.
No. I don't know when he is.
I don't know when he is either.
I don't anticipate him playing Friday.
No.
I don't know when he's going to fully recover enough or at least recover enough to practice for contact. I don't know. But Justin Fields is taking the role. He's taking the reps. And he's running with it. No pun intended.
Yeah,
because
literally.
He can run. Like he's doing what he should be doing. He's doing exactly what the Steelers want him to do.
He's growing in the areas that he struggled with in Chicago. At least in practice. And yes, we're talking about practice, but we'll see we'll see if that is any transition come Friday. I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping he gets a significant amount of time too. Especially if Russell Wilson isn't. If Russell Wilson's not playing, I would play Justin Fields at least the first quarter and a half, first half. I would.
He's doing a full first half.
I would. Get him as much time as possible because, truthfully, that might be our week one starter.
Full first half. Depending on the severity of the calf injury, because we don't really know. If Russ is not able to practice throughout the rest of training camp or even participate in preseason like we kind of hope to see.
Yeah.
And Justin Fields is doing what he's doing and it translates onto the field in preseason, I'm giving Justin Fields the keys to the kingdom.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm having him be QB1. I'm not just going to go with Russ because, that was the plan all along. No, he got hurt, unfortunately, but Fields is stepping in.
If you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you.
Handy Cartbackson with 199 says, guys, it's done. No more Aiyuk. What are you talking about? Don't break my heart. Don't you break my heart like that. Don't break my heart. Are you relying on that one report from that 49ers insider that we talked about and discussed how that's probably just a leverage pull by the Niners because they're desperate because they have none?
Nothing is broke yet.
Nothing's broken. Nothing's going to break. Unless we wake up tomorrow morning and it's official. But I don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, come on. I'm making the move. I'm sorry, guys. I'm making the move. Give us a third Roman Wilson. No, you're not getting Roman Wilson. And that's another thing. Baldwin Blues. I'm glad you brought that up, man. I love Roman Wilson. I have faith he can be the 2, but he's not going to be practicing anymore in camp. That injury he got, what was it, an ankle injury?
Yeah, it was rolled up.
An ankle injury. He got rolled up on a fucking jet sweep of all plays. The jet sweep once again cursing the Steelers, and Matt Canada is not even in the building or on the field or anywhere near the Steelers logo right now. But the jet sweep cursed us again and got rid of what was potentially our wide receiver too. And he's not getting any other time. He's not getting any time in training camp. So how ready is he going to be for week 1 to be the number 2? Norman Brown, Super Chat 199. Appreciate you, Norman. Roman Wilson. How ready is he going to be the number 2? Van Jefferson might be the number 2 if Aiyuk isn't. Or if Aiyuk isn't traded.
Yeah. I mean, Van Jefferson's pretty much running with that role at the moment with Wilson out. And Jefferson, from what I've heard in camp, I mean, he's been pretty flashy. He's been having some pretty good days in camp.
Justin Fields and his chemistry with Van Jefferson and especially George Pickens is only getting better. His connection with George Pickens is it's looking
Bro, he's threading the needle. He's making these filthy throws here.
I need that injected into my veins on Friday. I need touchdowns on Friday, bro. I need a 75-yard bomb on Friday.
I think Fields throughout training camp, I think he's thrown 14 touchdowns and only 2 picks.
Now, this is camp we're talking
about. Yes, it's camp, it's practice, but, I mean, that's still pretty good.
I don't want to believe in all that yet until I see what truly transitions because I believe that last year with Kenny, and we looked all foolish. So let's slow the roll there.
Yeah, thanks, Kenny.
I know. But Justin Fields was always better than Kenny, so no matter what happens, he's going to be better.
No, always better. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. It's kind of sucks that we're settling for at least he's better, but, I mean, the alternative was keeping Kenny Pickett. So thankfully we're not doing that. And he's not even getting second-team reps in the Eagles training camp. Haha. Moving on. We got to move on. No, so yeah, with Roman Wilson getting hurt and Van Jefferson's production lately not being so substantial, this might have pressured the Steelers to actually start escalating those trade talks.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They didn't raise their offer, at least not yet. But this definitely, I think, pressured the Steelers a little bit to make a move because you're looking at Pickens and Jefferson being your 1 and 2 for week 1.
Yeah. Although Jefferson has had a solid camp, I mean, like his resume recently has been nothing but a wide receiver 4. Mm-hmm. And you're asking him to be wide receiver 2? I mean, like that doesn't exactly have full confidence in him. At least not yet.
Diabo Hydro. No, I am not giving up Pickens and Minka. Absolutely not.
No. You guys are golden at safety. You're fine.
No. Not doing that. I'm surprised some say they would take Pickens over Aiyuk. Yeah, I don't understand that. Ayuk's the better receiver. Pickens' potential is still yet to be shown because of how underutilized and how poor of a quarterback play he had to endure the last 2 years. But Aiyuk is still the better wide receiver, clearly. And that's another thing. Aiyuk being traded to the Steelers and they would pay him big bucks. Would Pickens get paid? Would that end the potential trade or the potential trade extension for Pickens? Yes or no? I don't know. Could that anger Pickens because he is a bit of a hothead? Could that cause some issues? Maybe. That's another concern.
Do you want to considering how Ayuk's been acting, do you want to bring that into the locker room and have to deal with both of that?
Aiyuk was never a locker room cancer. He only is now because he wants to bag. And all players do that.
I get that.
Cam Hayward just tried to do that and to no success. So players do that in general when they want the bag.
I get that.
But he's not a cancer. He's not a locker room nightmare at all, is Aiyuk. Pickens is a different story. So, yes, that is the concern. I think the Steelers could pay them both because they're not paying a quarterback any big money anytime soon, so they can afford it. Would that end the story for Najee? I think the story's already ended for Najee. I think this is Najee's last year. You would pay Warren, and he'd be a lot cheaper than what Najee would get. So, yes, I think no matter what, Najee's done in Pittsburgh. I mean, I hope I'm wrong in saying that. I want Najee for a second contract, but ultimately, I don't think it's going to happen. You look at the running back market. You look at how much of a chip Najee has on his shoulder now. I don't know if the Steelers can afford it. I don't know if they're going to want to extend Najee.
This is a case where they're going to have to still weigh their options.
Sure.
Like, they're going to have mega cap next year. That's fine.
Yeah.
But if they acquire Aiyuk and give him the money, but then, you still got a variety of free agents of your own that I'm sure you guys are going to want to keep, but then you may not be able to afford to as you probably once thought.
Right.
Guys like Hayward, he may be a priority. I have no idea. Cam Hayward.
Right.
Najee, Warren, James Daniels potentially. Who knows? Other guys down the line.
Give us your first and something late. We'll throw in Drake Jackson. I don't want Drake Jackson. Why we need Drake Jackson?
No, our edge depth is solid, dude. It's fine.
Bro, we got Nick Herbig and we just resigned Marcus Golden, who's been a demon in camp since. We don't need no edge.
Edge is strong.
We don't need edge, bro. If there's one thing we don't need, it's edge.
Thank God. I remember the days of Malik Reed.
Yeah, me too.
And what was that one guy's name? I can see his face.
Anthony Chickolo?
No, not him. Although he was terrible. No, the guy with the tattoos.
Cassius Marsh.
Yeah, thank you. Jeez. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, those days.
Drake Jackson equals Garrett?
No.
Where?
No. Future Myles Garrett. Yeah, you're banking on something future. No.
Yeah, no, thank you.
No. We extended Highsmith last year. Why would we need a edge rusher? It's not happening. You're not talking me into that, dude. You're not talking me into that. You can talk me into Aiyuk, but not Drake Jackson. Well, with that said, man, I mean, Zach, you might be right. It might all be a pipe dream, but I know this is a hot topic, and of course, I had a lot to get off my chest because I've been reading through all this all day. I've been on and off X all day, just seeing all this, and then this latest report, I'm thinking, 49ers, man, you can't fool me. I know what you're trying to do, and I don't think Omar Khan's going to fall for it. So,
William Juju is not coming back. Stop it.
no.
He's barely fighting for a roster spot from what I'm hearing. Yes, that's legit.
I don't believe that. He's going to hit the roster. Maybe if they trade for Aiyuk, but nah, they're not getting Aiyuk. Patriots aren't getting Aiyuk.
Maybe that's the trade package.
Patriots ain't getting no damn Aiyuk.
A first rounder, maybe a second rounder, and Juju.
49ers ain't getting no Juju.
You telling me he won't want to go back to California? Go
Probably
back home?
would. You closer to family.
Yeah.
It's not his decision, though. It's not his decision.
I don't know what I used.
That's not his decision. What are you gonna hit up Aiyuk? Yo, I gotta get back with the family, man. Just accept this fucking offer.
Yeah.
I'll throw
He
you
probably
in.
don't like New England. He don't like New England clam chowder.
What? He signed a big extension this year. You don't remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I don't care. It's all right.
Do you think 49ers are asking for 2 firsts and a couple players? I think they're asking for a lot. I don't think they're going to get it. Maybe from the Browns and Patriots, but not if Aiyuk has the last say, in which that he does. That he does. So, I mean, Lord knows what their asking price is. Lord knows what the teams have offered. Lord knows what the Steelers have offered. Lord knows what the Steelers are going to have to give up. But maybe that's information that we'll find out very shortly. But I want to give a huge shout out. Huge thank you to Chris Gates Fitness for sponsoring today's podcast episode. Shout out to Chris Gates and his fitness program. Training camp. Conveniently named Training Camp with Training Camp. Week 2 of the Pittsburgh Steelers in the books. But his online fitness program, Training Camp. I think you guys ought to get a look at this, man. You guys ought to get a try at this, man. Let me transition here. There
Pop it up on the screen here.
There we go. There's Chris Gates right there. Chris Gates Fitness, online fitness training camp. That's his program, man. So Chris Gates is, of course, from Pittsburgh, and he's a Steelers fan, man.
And he probably wants Aiyuk. Who knows?
I don't know, man. I'd have to ask him personally. I'd have to ask him personally. He might want Aiyuk. But today's show is sponsored by Online Fitness Training Camp, presented by Chris Gates Fitness. Chris Gates, that guy right there, is an online fitness coach who has been coaching people since 2018 to help reach their fitness goals. His clients consistently get results by implementing a flexible approach to diet and exercise. In addition to being a fitness coach, like we said, he's a massive Steelers fan, born and raised in the South Hills of Pittsburgh, and he's created a fitness community designed specifically for football fans, just like you and I, and like Aiyuk. Just like Aiyuk, man. Training Camp is an online fitness community designed specifically for sports fans to help you get results with your health and fitness without cutting out everything you love, like drinking beer, which, if you're into that, which I know I am, and tailgating for football games in the fall, which is just right around the corner. As a matter of fact, it's right on Friday for the Steelers, man. Training Camp is centered around sustainable results, no crash diets, or extreme routines. So if you're ready to elevate your health and fitness goals and do it with a group of like-minded people looking to support and encourage each other, you have to sign up for this fitness program, Training Camp, as I'll show right here. There it is right there, man. And, dude, you get a lot. You get tutorial videos. You get recipes for certain meal preps. Man, you get a community that you can chat with. And there's so much more that comes along with it. There's so much more. Dude, he actually just released his August fitness program. He releases monthly workout programs, and he just released his one in August, man. He offers customized monthly workout programs that will help you build muscle, burn fat, and feel more athletic. He just released his August workout program, which includes exercises that football players do to build strength. So this is where the football and sports feel kind of ties in. In addition, you receive access to live Q&As with Chris, exclusive community support, and more will help you hold you accountable and work you towards your goals. Training Camp members also compete in fitness challenges each month, as well as sports challenges like weekly football pick'ems, which is exactly what he's about to implement this upcoming month and next month, of course, where Chris gives out free prizes like home gym equipment, supplements, free one-on-one calls, and more. Towards the end of this month, he will be starting this live weekly football pick'ems, not just for NFL, but of course college as well, which will continue throughout the season, and winners will receive free supplements from Legion Athletics. So if you're interested in getting brand new workout programs every month so you can achieve your health and fitness goals, fitness challenges every month to help push you to develop healthy habits, challenges within the Training Camp community like weekly football pick'ems where you get to compete with other members and score awesome prizes, access to live Q&As where you get direct and personalized support from Chris with your health and fitness, and a supportive community of people that will help you along the way. You can sign up, try it out, cancel anytime, but he has a ton more coming as this literally just launched. Like, this is all still new. And these are the clients that he has worked with for years, like I said, since 2018, that has found sustainable results in their health and fitness, man. He has big plans coming for September with a step count challenge in the private training camp, and he'll be giving away a free walk pad treadmill. How about that, man? Awesome prizes, awesome community, and awesome goals. You can get all this for 50% off. 50% off, which is half of the original price if you use our exclusive promo code to sign up today. So head over to chrisgatesfitness.com/SteelTwins and use the code SteelTwins at checkout. And when signing up, hit the link in the description and sign up right now. Like I said, use the code SteelTwins. Get your first month for 50% off. So again, huge shout out to Chris Gates Fitness for promoting today's podcast, which was very impromptu because of all this news and something we just had to get off our chest. So shout out to him, man. And shout out to you guys for joining us late discussing all of this because it's a lot. It's a lot that's been going on for months now, and it's one of those things where it'll hop up 1 minute, and then it'll close down, and then it'll hop up again, and then it'll be silent, and now we're right here in the present where everything is just going bonkers.
Yep.
So this is stuff that's clearly been just going on for months. The Steelers have been in talks with the Niners since March. That was confirmed. They have been in talks for months, and now, of course, things have escalated to a whole nother level, to a level where a deal might actually be done, where we might actually see we might see an actual deal agreed on. So we'll see. Time will tell. But all I know is, man, all these months, all this time has led to this moment. Nothing's official yet. Nothing is agreed on, at least unless you count the Browns and Patriots. But that's agreed on between the Browns, the Patriots, and the Niners. That's it. That's agreed upon them. It is not agreed upon Brandon Aiyuk. So it's only a matter of time until Brandon Aiyuk decides where he wants to go. And to be real with you, the clock is ticking for a guy like Aiyuk. And depending on Ayuk's final decision, the clock will be ticking for the 49ers to make a decision because the season is right around the corner, and I don't think Aiyuk wants to sit out because that won't do him well.
No.
That won't do him well. That won't get him the bag. It'll be a Le'Veon Bell situation all over again. He's not trying to do that. But are Steelers games expensive? Yes. Football games are expensive in general. Football games are expensive in general. Have you seen the ticket prices? My God. It's insane. It's crazy, man. I can't take it anymore. No fingernails left. Drinking too much. Anxiety. Let's go make it happen. Says Norman Brown. I agree, Norman. Let's go. Aiyuk just posted on Instagram. See, now you're going to make me go. Now you're going to make me check. Now you're going to make me check, man. Let's go to Instagram. What's his...
Dude, it's bookmark.
I see that now. I'm sorry. What's his handle?
I don't know. Type his name in the search bar.
Where's the search bar? There it is. Brandon Aiyuk. He posted... you mean on a story or like... What?
Wait a second. If it's a story...
If it's a story... I don't know how to check stories on the computer. Hold on. I don't see Aiyuk. I see everyone else but Aiyuk. What do you mean he just posted on Instagram? Come on, man. Like I'm trying to be on top of this. I don't see anything.
Neither do I. What are we missing here?
Shout out Norman Brown with another 199. Appreciate you, man. Thank you very much. 150 million reasons Aiyuk goes to the Browns. Money does talk, Heath. You're right. Money talks. Yes, the Browns would have to trade Cooper. They would need a wide receiver to get back. But I mean, I don't think he wants to go to the Browns, dude. I don't think he's going to the Browns. Who keeps trying? Kimbo's. Is
Is he in chat? Yeah.
I usually post. Oh.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah. You got me, sir. You just wasting my time, sir. The 2 hearts, 1 black, 1 gold with him in a plane. That was like 20 weeks ago. You know when he posted on Instagram like 20 weeks ago? Or is this something I'm not... I don't know. I'm not on Instagram much, so I don't know how to search that shit. I don't know. But his latest like post was like 20 weeks ago. It's him in a plane. The other picture is him with a lot of money in his hand, which is foreign bills, but it's still money. Pesos? That's Mexican money. Pesos? He's handling pesos. I don't know, man. He be getting a ton of that, too. He gonna be getting a lot of that. Aiyuk, bro. He'll go to the highest bidder. Don't blame him. That might be the case, but I think ultimately he wants to win, too. I don't see the Browns.
If you're a Brown, you ain't winning.
No, I'm sorry, dude. You're not.
Patriots, I mean, that's undetermined.
That might be the thing with Aiyuk, as he knows with Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin. Yeah, that's someone. Mike Tomlin is someone everyone wants to play for. Think of Mike Tomlin how you will. You guys know our opinions on Mike Tomlin and his recent success in the playoffs and all the same shit every fucking year he does. But he's a coach everybody wants to play for, man. You will not hear one bad thing said about Mike Tomlin from any player. Out of all the complaints that Tomlin gets, and for some good reason, you won't hear any of that coming from any player that's ever played for him.
Nope.
Never. So, yeah, I think Aiyuk wants to play with Tomlin. I think he wants to go to his twin.
They are twins.
Or his dad. I don't know. He looks more like...
Yeah, because Dino ain't... All right. Shut up.
That's personal.
Shut up.
That's personal.
You know he's in the college game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Aiyuk looks more like Tomlin does than Dino does in the video game.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even need a face scan. Just get a fucking thing of Mike Tomlin and put it on his kid. No one will tell the difference. Y'all think Fields should start off rip? I don't know that yet. With the amount, I'll say this, man. With the amount of reps that he's getting, I think he ought to just be the starter because he has the most chemistry. He has the most reps. He's the most ready right now with the team, with the system, with everything. And if a trade with Aiyuk doesn't happen, someone that is consistently getting the ball to Pickens and guys like Van Jefferson and Muth in practice, why would you not start them week one? Compared to Wilson, who's still suffering a calf injury and has been incredibly limited, not getting many first-team reps.
It would just show that the Steelers are just going to want to go with the plan that they originally had.
Yes, which is a mistake.
Yeah,
That'll be another Tomlin mistake.
Listen, shit happens. Stuff happens in camp. Injuries happen. The guy steps in, and he's shining. If it translates on the field, then that's the guy you got to go with.
Campbell.
Simple as that.
Campbell, that was like 11 years ago. Rest in peace to Jacoby Jones, by the way. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Wow. Too young, man. Too young. Way too young. Way too young, man. Yeah, that was sad to hear this past week. Wow. But yeah, I think Fields ought to be the starter because he's the most ready. He has the most chemistry with our starters right now. Why would you sit that? You know, with the Steelers having such slow starts in the past number of years and seeing the back half of the schedule where we can't have a slow start this year because the slow start has been a reason why we have been so fucked in the playoffs and why we have had to ask for favors in the playoffs or to get into the playoffs. Like, you consider, I mean, if we don't have those slow starts in the past number of years, we don't have to ask teams like the Jags or like the Titans to help us get into the playoffs. We don't. Now, there's other reasons, like you don't lose to the Cardinals and you don't lose to the Patriots in the same week, 4 days apart, but that's he said, she said. You know, Tomlin's going to do Tomlin things sometimes. But what I'm trying to say is you can't have a slow start this time. You can't.
You can't afford it.
No. So if you're trying to have a strong start, you go with the guys that's most ready. And preseason is going to prove that. And I can't wait for it. I cannot wait for that, man. It's only a few days away. We'll be live for it, as you guys know. It's the first Steelers game back in months. So, the energy's going to be high. And I am so ready to overreact about every tiny little thing that George Pickens and Justin Fields does. I'm just saying. I'm ready to overreact just like I did with Kenny last year. I'm kidding.
You did, though.
I did. But no, I'm very excited. I really want to see the rookies and all that. We'll be live later this week, either Wednesday or most likely Thursday night, discussing what's happened in camp throughout the week and what they could be doing for the Houston game and how the Steelers defense is playing the Houston starters. How long that will be, that's to be determined. But we'll discuss all that later this week, man, as we'll be live later this week, right before Friday. So we'll be live again, most likely Wednesday, Thursday night, discussing the preseason game. And, of course, we'll be live Friday night for the preseason game. So you guys can still look forward to that later this week, man. Otherwise, hey, I think we're gonna get out of here, man. We've been live for about an hour now, talking about stuff that might not even happen. I don't know. But it's just news that's been going out, that's been blowing up all day. And the latest news that just came out, we had to get a lot off our chest. Especially since I do believe, I'm not saying it's intimate, but it could happen. It could happen.
Low, bro.
I'm trying.
Just keep it low.
Nah, man. Nah, I'm going to keep my expectations high, man. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, man. It's going to happen. I'm telling you right now, man, Brandon Aiyuk is going to be a fucking Pittsburgh Steeler. Banking on it.
Fine, I'll be the lone wolf. Fine.
Fine.
I'll keep my expectations low. All right.
Just saying, bro. There's only one potential landing spot. And it's not the 49ers decision. It's Brandon Aiyuk's. And I think we know where Brandon Aiyuk wants to go. Are you going live tomorrow if any trade goes down? Well, whenever a trade goes down, yes, we will be live. We will be live. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. I don't know when, but if it goes down, just like the Russell Wilson news, just like the Justin Fields news, just like the Patrick Queen news, we'll be live. We'll be live. So we'll see. We'll see, man. But yeah, Aiyuk does want to be a Steeler, so Aiyuk has all the leverage. Aiyuk has all the leverage. Aiyuk has all the leverage. We already talked about it. We're going to get on out of here. It's getting late, and I got to get up in the morning for work. So one last comment. 49ers fan here. I guess I watched too much Aiyuk stuff today because the algorithm sent me here. Well, I appreciate the algorithm for you bringing I appreciate the algorithm for sending you here.
The algorithm works.
Yeah, so Jordan, man, hey, you're a Niners fan. You're trying to stay on top of this because this is some crazy stuff right now, man. You don't know what the future holds. You don't know what the future holds too, man. We don't know what the future holds for our Steelers. But these are the two teams that have been linked together for months now, so we'll see. We'll see if something goes down, man. We're gonna go out of here. You guys, God, Norman Brown, 199. Plus the ones up. Shout out to the Tribal Chief. By the way,
Troy Fatana, right?
Oh yeah, that too. But I was thinking the Tribal Chief.
I know.
The OTC.
Yes.
By the way, all the ones in Cleveland Brown Stadium, all those ones combined are as many wins as Ben has in that stadium. Okay, I'm getting out of here. We got to go to bed. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. You guys have a great week. Steelers camp returns tomorrow. We'll see what happens. We'll see if there's any increase in some of the reps that Russell Wilson might get and what that could determine for Friday. Well, we'll be reporting all that later this week. See you guys then. And, yeah, we'll see you guys later this week and on Friday. Here we go, Steelers.
As always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace! You bald, beautiful person. I am asking you. I am praying. I am begging. Get it done. Make it happen.
He's trying. Niners won't budge. They're going to have to.
They're going to have to.
They're going to have to.
It's going to happen.
Wherever Aiyuk wants to go, Steelers. Niners are going to have to make the deal.
It going to happen.